And we're gonna roll.
Sing it.
In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Way We Flourish the Podcast, Chicago Stories.
It's A Tati.
And it's MJM Kid.
And we have a guest.
We got a guest.
We are here with the boy Illinois, aka Illi D Williams, which is my favorite.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Thank you so much for being here.
No, it's a pleasure.
We're really looking forward to it. Obviously, we're gonna, treat you like the star that you are.
Absolutely.
We're gonna interview, but also we're just gonna have a conversation.
Great.
Because
I love conversations.
We're friends.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, definitely.
We're good friends here.
Once you walk in here,
Like once you
You're
walk
a
in this
friend.
space.
You are our friend.
yeah.
So yes, before we do that, let's take care of some business. Hey guys, love you so much. Like literally, if you're looking, especially if you're looking me in my face right now, make sure this is a close up, McGee. If you are looking me in my face right now, and you don't go out of your way to rate, review, subscribe, share, or comment at least, who would call me at a time like this? Please, I'm begging thee. Just go ahead and do those things. You know what I'm saying? We are worth it. We deserve it. We're worth so much more than that, But all I'm asking is that you rate, review, comment, subscribe. I've been thinking a lot about synchronicities and alignments, and I've been seeing them a lot lately. So if I say a word that maybe a friend of yours said last week, send them the podcast. Just send it to them and be like, hey, man, alignment. We were just talking about this, Do that. Don't hesitate to do those things. I know that sometimes some people feel weird. I don't feel weird about that stuff, but some people feel weird about that, and then they be like, I'm not going to bother anybody. Bother them. Let them know that our podcast is here. It's been here for almost 7 years. So much content for you to look into and check out. So just do those things. Thank you so much. I be writing on yaymash.com. Make sure that you sign up to receive emails so that you are the first, amongst the first, to get those writings that I be writing and that Tati be writing sometimes. So make sure that you do that at yaymash.com. Subscribe, get the emails. Show us your tits.
Please.
Show us your tits.
Give or take.
I think that's it. What is today? August
Monday the
28th? It's the 28th.
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. We'll talk about that next week. Anyway, yeah, let's break some ice.
So, seeing as how we are all Chicagoans here, I think that it would be a very fitting icebreaker to do. What is your favorite part about where you live?
Ooh, I love that.
Where I live currently, or just in general,
Or
of
just
growing up in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah. It could
Okay,
be
I take. Okay,
Yep.
all right. You fit it, make it to fit my. My favorite part, I would say, would be my high school years
Okay.
when car clubs was a thing.
Oh, wow.
Riding down Stony Island and the White Cat, everybody meeting up at the White Castle right there on Saturday night.
Everybody
that's
loves meeting up
fun.
at White Castle.
Yeah.
Everybody meets up at White Castle.
It was a thing.
No
It
matter
was-
where the White Castle
Like for
is.
2 years straight, that was
Yeah.
just like my atmosphere and
That's so
environment on the
cute. I
weekends.
love that.
It was either that or going up to the mall to do absolutely nothing but walk around.
Yeah.
You know?
I like
that.
that.
That was good
I
times. Good
miss
times. Good times. Carefree times. I didn't have bills.
Carefree
You know?
times.
My parents paid my phone bill, so it was good. It was great
Yeah,
times.
exactly.
Great times.
They all
Great
paid
times.
my
Car
everything.
clubs and going to the mall. Wow. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Am I going to go next?
Talking about me?
Okay. My favorite part, let me see. What is my favorite part? Definitely food, of
Absolutely.
course. That's
Absolutely.
always the easiest go-to. And I think that the more that I travel, the more I realize that. The
You
more.
grow an appreciation for it.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
oh,
the more
wow.
I go other places, the more I'm set on no, I actually love where where I live.
Yeah.
Even our people, I feel like sometimes Chicagoans get a bad rep for
For sure.
how we conduct ourselves with strangers or how we are when
Yeah.
it comes to community feelings or supporting
Absolutely.
one another. I feel like we get a bad rep, but I love it.
I love us.
I'm a fan of it. I love all of our nuances. I love all of our walls. I like how we're guarded sometimes. I love it all. I support.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for that. My favorite thing about where we live at, see, I got thrown off because your answer was so good. It made me think like, ooh, youth. But I'm going to stay present. My favorite thing about where I live in Chicago, my favorite thing about Chicago, I guess, is that it gives you the best of urban and nature.
Okay.
Truly. Like, I love that I live in a place where I can go and just be facing water for hours on end. And then I can go to the club, and that's literally like less than a mile away. Yeah. And I can go to like all of these like high-end 5-star restaurants. Like everything is here, you know? So I love that.
Yeah.
The duality of it all.
Yeah, that's kind of like my
Perfect
answer.
word.
It feels like its own like personal little island.
Yeah.
And so, like, I like that all of my friends live in different parts of it, and I get to go to different neighborhoods.
You do a lot. You do a lot of exploring. You do much more exploring than I do.
And he be driving.
You be driving.
every
For
day.
real. You be driving
Man.
around.
And when I'm not like moving around, people are like, "Where are you at? Why aren't you?" I'm like,
if
"Well,
they
I
don't
just need a
expect
day."
it.
Yeah.
No, if I ever have like a Bree Stories moment and decide to like check everybody's location, because she be checking
Yeah.
our locations all the time.
She does.
Like, that's
As
a
she
great
should.
pastime
That's
of
what-
hers.
Hey.
But when I have those moments, because now that my daughter has a phone, and so I have her location, so I'm on it more now. Because whenever she's not with me, I'm literally sitting here like, let me see where she at. Like, I do that all day long. So when I do that, and if I look and it says that he's at home, I be so like, wow, what? Like, what's he like? Ooh, okay, like,
you be on the
what's
move
he
like that,
into?
eh?
Maybe
I
he's
do.
taking a nap. Like,
No.
he's
So
never
for my
here.
present, I would say the transportation system. I visited a lot of places, and the transportation system is terrible, like really bad compared
Yeah,
to
we
very
do have a really
confusing.
good one.
very. It's
Very
so
confusing.
confusing.
So confusing.
So not only are like overall, like the CTA, the bus, and
Everything.
the expressways are very simple to follow. Like when I go other places, like
Yes.
That's very
Atlanta,
true.
Like
That is so-
Atlanta,
that's a good
Atlanta
one.
can get really confusing sometimes because they'll have
And
like
they can't
this
drive out there.
light in the middle of the street, and if it's on, then
Talking
that
about no
means
shade.
traffic can go this way. But if it's not on, then nobody. It's very confusing in other places. That's
We have
all.
a very
So I
good
appreciate
grid system. to our
Absolutely,
city.
whoever
Yeah,
the urban planner
it is
was,
a grid.
did a great
It's
job.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Whoever set it up,
Somebody
shout out to
listen.
them.
Yes.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah,
I love
and I
that.
like, and more off of like what McGee said. Everybody lives in different places,
Yeah.
and it's not literally like an hour's
Eons.
worth in between.
You're right.
You go to other cities, and if somebody lives, in one
That's so
spot,
true.
you're about to be in the car for an hour and 30 minutes.
hour.
Like, you could tell your friend, like, oh, that lives in California, like, I'm coming to California, I want to see you. And she'll be like, oh, I'm all the way on the
I'm on this side.
on the
That's
other
real.
side.
California.
Side of
Yeah.
LA. Yeah.
So, but in
That's
Chicago,
that's like Texas. Like being in Texas and trying to like just go between, like being in
Yeah.
Texas and linking up with multiple people is so difficult.
we
'Cause I'm
think
like,
everything
well, I'm in
is 30
Fort
minutes
Worth.
away. We think
Yeah,
everything
I'm
is
like,
30
I'm in
minutes
Fort
away.
Worth.
Yeah.
If I got an
Like,
appointment at
everything's
12,
close.
I can leave at
Yeah.
11:30, and in my mind, and I'm
Absolutely.
blown when I can't.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck are you?
I'll be
talking
like,
about?
I left at 30 minutes early.
Yeah, and I'm just like, where'd you go, Naperville? What the fuck
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
this? Like,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
foreign land.
You're right.
That
you're
is
right.
foreign land.
That's
I love
foreign
that.
land.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Let's check in. Okay. I'm gonna go first, just in case.
Okay. Just in case what?
Yeah, just in case.
Because you would have
Before
to
she
go.
lose
We
her
would never
train.
not let you go.
Physically, I feel loose as a goose.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, right? Not too much. I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about like like
Yeah, I know.
my body. Cool.
Somehow that's crazy.
In my mind, I can feel. You ever feel your mind?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that like a high drunk thing to say?
You're real drunk.
That-
When she says that,
Oh,
I was
no,
like,
for
oh,
real
she's
though,
real drunk.
because I did, so y'all know that I brought the check into Away with Words the podcast because of the book that I read, the 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership, and they talk about the 5 core like feelings and how we as human beings differentiate feelings from thoughts all the time. Where people are like, I just feel like you didn't include me, and it's like that's not a feeling, that's a thought. How does that feel in your body? So that's what I mean. Like literally,
Right.
sometimes I'm like, no, I can
that.
feel my
Differentiate the
mind.
two.
Like I'm dead.
I get it. Look,
So anywho,
I get it.
So
What was in this? No.
I just had more.
Feel it.
I just had more than
I'm getting
It's
there.
moving
So
around.
I'm going to get there.
I just had
we got
more than
somebody
you.
understands.
I was saying I
yeah,
just
I'm
had
gonna
more
get
than
there.
you. So physically, I feel like loose, and I can feel it like in all spaces, right? Except the one that counts.
Exactly.
Emotionally,
Oh,
emotionally, I feel joy.
Yeah.
What I just brought to the
Still saying joy, but tears coming down.
That's how I felt earlier.
No,
I was like, no, I'm fine.
Emotionally, I feel joy.
I'm
I really
totally
do.
fine.
I love this space. These people, we're having a good time emotionally. My attention is currently on, honestly, Halloween. I can't stop thinking about it. I love Halloween.
wow.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. Can't wait.
You're already out of summer.
I know. I'm ready.
Halloween
I'm ready.
already.
Like,
Okay.
let's go. Pew. I'm ready.
Wow.
I'm not.
My attention is currently on Halloween. I just want it to be October 1st so I can start doing things like being like, okay, every day of the month, I'm going to watch a Halloween
Do
episode.
you know who you're going to be?
Yeah, I'm probably going to do Catwoman this year.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I shouldn't, I told everybody now.
But
But
you don't
no,
want to hold
because-
yourself to it?
I probably will, though.
Okay.
I've thought about it a lot, especially since last year. Like, my fucking costume ate. It wasn't even a costume. I was just a slut with cat ears.
It was real Mean Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was just like what they said.
I was just slutty,
All right.
but it looked good. there was like effort still, because sometimes you just like put on like a schoolgirl's skirt and like that's it. But like I put effort. I had on fishnets.
Yeah, you did.
Like I looked really fucking good. So ever since then, I've been thinking like, okay, how do I keep this energy? And I think I am going to be Catwoman, like the real Catwoman, like skin tight, situation
All right.
with the mask, the whole thing.
Yeah, you
We're not
should.
mad at it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cute. But my main thing is not even that. That's literally October 31st situation. I'm talking about October. Like every single day, I want to be watching episodes of Halloween specials from Disney Channel.
Yeah,
I
we
want
have to.
I want to be doing. I think I'm gonna do the Hogwarts. So I don't know if I've told y'all this here. I love Legos. I've completed.
Yes, you've been telling us every week.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have been telling
You
us
have
every
been.
week.
Like,
She
you've been
has.
Oh, good.
it.
Well, I don't
Good.
know, but
Okay, good. I love Legos.
Legos.
So for
Legos.
Halloween, like for that month, I want to give myself that month, just realistically, because I have a job. Realistically, I want to give myself that month to do the entire Hogwarts castle Lego set.
Right. Yeah,
It's gonna
for
take
sure.
me forever. So
But
stuff
we're
like
here for
that.
Paul, so do you know about like when people do like reenactments of films with Legos?
Yeah.
On YouTube? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I just got into that. And
I
thought it was
love
pretty
those
cool.
videos.
I love them too.
And I don't have
Yeah,
the
okay.
talent to do all of that.
No,
but
but I
I do
have the
like to
talent to
build the
watch them,
sets.
though.
Oh, for sure.
I
For sure.
got more than enough.
That's what I'm excited for, though, for October. So I'm thinking a lot about Halloween.
Yeah.
That's what my attention is
Remember
on.
you had me and Cassidy over to make turkey cookies?
Oh, for Thanksgiving? Yeah, it was cute.
That was a fun time.
It was cute. I get kind of festive when I'm into
Turkey
it.
cookies?
Yeah. She
They were like-
made, well, she bought.
The shape.
Oh,
kit.
oh.
Yeah,
You
because
said-
because
you
yeah,
said
at first
turkey
my
cookies?
first mind was
Like it
to,
was made
like,
out of
I was like, those
They
are
were
disgusting
like
cookies.
cut in the shape of a turkey. Like
Got
you
it.
And we
decorated
had to
them, put it
paint 'em
together.
and
I put it back
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
It was like,
She has a
it's
kid.
like,
We
oh,
did a
okay.
kid thing.
Got
Yeah.
it.
It also was
Understood.
for me. I liked it. But yeah, I like stuff like that. I like to be festive. So yeah, spiritually, I feel
You know? It's okay.
Not aligned with
No,
joy
no,
at
I'm
all.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Retrograde is upon us.
It is.
You're all right.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
deeply.
Are we in retrograde?
We're in a
About
Mercury and a
4
Venus
days-
retrograde.
4 days
It's-
before Mercury.
Oh,
But it's
yeah, we're-
always a shadow period.
You're right. We're
before
not.
and
Yeah, we're
after.
in the shadow.
That makes
period.
sense.
That does make sense.
Makes total
Yeah,
sense.
so it's upon us about 4
That's
days.
why
we'll
life
be in retrograde.
sucks. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And I'll talk to you a little bit about my Venus retrograde too, but I have to talk to you about that off air.
Okay.
So, because you're the only one I think that who doesn't know.
Okay.
Spiritually, I don't feel doomed. I feel spiritually, I kind of feel like this, like I'm not in the passenger anymore. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
If you were in the passenger, what you had to drive in? Like you was driving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm driving now.
Oh, okay. You're not
Spiritually, I'm doing this. I'm no longer a passenger.
Okay, so
I'm,
not
I'm-
H2O is hitting me because I didn't. Okay. Gotcha. I'm good now.
I
All
love
right.
that. Tots?
Okay. Physically, I am hot, which is crazy because I was kind of like, cool, it's the tequila. It warmed me up. Yeah.
I could turn the fan on, just have it
Nope.
blow
Nope. Well, then I'll be cold.
It
doesn't.
Rather
It
be hot, eh?
takes one thing to change it instantly. But I'm a little warm, just from the shots. And what's next? Emotionally, I am very overwhelmed. Yep. My attention is on. What's my attention on, guys? My attention is on so many things. My attention is on completing this year. Because in my mind, since I work in education, as do you, right?
I used to.
I
just stopped.
Okay.
Just stopped working in education, yeah.
For me, I do kind of equate the school year starting to like I'm back in fall.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. So I'm very thirsty to get this year over with. I'm ready. I'm in grad school now. I'm ready to get that over with. I'm just ready. I'm just ready. I'm ready for this time next year. And what's my other thing? Spiritually, I feel spiritually in this moment, I don't know if this is the exact same thing, but exactly what I feel in this moment is I was sad because you said you don't work in education anymore. And I remember thinking like, I have somebody that's gonna be right here with me. With
but I understand.
With the things that I was saying.
I do understand. I was a dean, so
I saw and I was like,
absolutely understand.
I was very happy. Yeah. I was very happy about that.
They got rid of me. And that's the interesting story.
We would love to hear it.
Well, we don't have a dean, so I'll talk to you, and you can come on over.
I might. It depends on what these next two. But yeah, I'll come. Yeah, we'll see.
Let's talk about it off air.
Yeah, for sure.
I would love that. So no, spiritually, yeah. Next.
All right, so it's physically,
emotionally, attention, spiritually, peace.
All right, physically, I need a massage on my neck. My thing is too much FanDuel looking at my phone. I'm lost in the sports betting world. I was just talking to somebody and they was like, "You got a problem?" And I was like, I just might.
I do that too, but
yeah,
I don't spend my money. I use somebody else's.
So I do that too because I be getting a lot of people to sign up and I get referrals. And I be like, I'm gonna use house money rather than because I learned I'm already too in the red with my money. So I just been.
What is this thing?
FanDuel, sports betting.
Okay.
I
was like, what's this? Yeah. All right.
So how it relates to my physical is like I'm just always on my phone so much. Like I'm on.
Do you guys make a lot of money on this? Does it work?
I mean, if you hit, you gotta hit your bets.
But it's addicting. It's addictive.
It really
because you get so close all the time. But I don't use my money. My friend who I thought was here, he sends me the bets, and I put it in because it's illegal where he's at.
Yes. I see. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, I don't really know if it's kind of like, but I'm going to just say it's like, it's my target. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's your target?
It's like I come in to make one bet, and then I
leave with
20 bets. And
target the store. That's hilarious.
It's like, yo, look at all these baseball teams that's playing today. Oh my God! I didn't.
But for every 20, are you at least winning?
I have to
5.
Look at so we gotta check this.
I gotta check my.
Because what keeps you going if you're not?
So I was just explaining this to somebody else. What really keeps it going is the fact that I can bet $5, $10. Like I done won $700 off $10 before.
Okay,
so
I would do
it's
that.
like, all right, I want to see how many times I can do this.
So could you bet $1?
Yeah.
Okay, I would totally do that.
The least amount you can bet is 9 cents. Now, it depends on what kind of parlay you put together.
Yeah, it does.
And return that you can get. But it all depends on what type of return. So a lot of us that bet, I didn't win the whole tangent in betting, but a lot of us that bet,
I'm interested.
We really try to hit home runs. It's all about slowly building your account up, like $100 a day, $50 a day, instead of trying to do like $1,500
a day.
You know,
like you're betting that a day.
No, not putting it. No, not betting. No, like winning that.
Oh, okay. I was like,
if you focus on that, you can really build your account. You can bet maybe $15 to $20 per day to get about $50 to $70 return. But you got to know exactly what you're betting on. And if you really want to get a return, you can't do parlays, because parlays is like throwing a Hail Mary. Parlays when you put a group of bets together.
Yes.
On one ticket.
That's usually what I do.
And they all have to hit.
They all have to hit.
So
You
the
don't get
longer
nothing.
the bigger the parlay, the odds are crazy. But yeah. But
You
anyway,
said that's what you do?
Yeah, for my friend, yes.
Yeah, FanDuel is king of parlays. But
Okay.
yeah, so I need a massage because I'm always looking at my phone. So physically, that's where I'm at. What's the next one?
Emotional.
Emotionally, feeling great. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow. She's turning 4 years old. I've done a great job. Shout out to her mom. She's done a great job as well. We work well together, and we have a mermaid birthday party.
Absolutely.
Love it.
You have
Love
to do
it.
that.
We went to go see Little Mermaid with the whole nines. I'm like, I think it's pretty cool now because when I was coming up, nobody got dressed to go to like.
Oh,
I
yeah.
definitely would have dressed like a Ninja Turtle back in the day.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
If it was a thing,
Absolutely.
but I feel like social media.
I
makes
did
it
get
more of a
dressed
thing.
I did get dressed to go see Bring It On. I definitely wore my cheerleading uniform to go
Okay.
see Bring It On.
Were you on,
I
what grade were
definitely
you in
did.
at that time?
For Bring It On, I was a
Not to reveal
cougar.
age.
So therefore, I had to have been, let me see, because I was a Raider 7th and 8th.
Okay,
So
when you
I
said
was a
cougar, I was
cougar.
thinking like something completely different.
No,
I was like,
I think
she was a
I'm
child.
thinking of the
Timeline not
mascot of
matching.
the team.
Unless
So
you
I had
Benjamin
to have
Button.
been like 5th.
Okay.
Ish.
Okay,
Yeah, you were
that
like in
makes
fifth
sense.
Grade,
grade.
yeah.
Okay.
So I was like
Cute,
10,
though.
10 or 11.
Got it. Okay. Cool. I like that.
I did do that. I was thirsty for that movie.
I think we all were.
I was watching previews, everything going crazy.
What a time. What a time. That was a great movies going on during that time. So
Attention.
emotionally, I'm excited, feeling great. What's the other one?
Attention.
Attention. Where's my attention right now? My attention is being present.
I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
Right
working
answer.
on that a lot. Of just being here, not worrying about what happened I did or what I got in the future. Just being present.
Okay.
So
Word.
that's my attention is at now. And what was the last?
Spiritually.
Spiritually, I am practicing discipline right now, which is very, very important in this semester of my life. Is discipline. I'm learning a lot about discipline.
I like
Okay,
that.
great.
Yeah.
McGee?
Yeah, it's all on me. Physically,
Not just all on me.
I'm pretty sweaty.
Yeah.
Because I've been working all this equipment and stuff. I always get like that though.
Yeah.
Emotionally, currently joy.
Yes.
Outside of the space, it is. I would say it's up and down
Yeah.
with emotions.
It'd be like that.
I think just kind of just dealing with a lot of different people.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of take on the stuff that they
Yes.
are going through. So
Yes.
that makes me
what I'm talking
emotional.
That's true. That's a It's a good reason not to.
My attention is on. Well, by the time this comes out, I've already been back, but I'm going to see Beyonce again on Monday.
Again.
On Monday.
Where?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Oh yeah, you did say that you were
Beyonce
gonna
Snow's
do that.
female pop vocalist.
Female pop vocalist. So I'm just happy that I'm looking forward to that, even though it's literally hours away.
Literally. That's so
fun.
And spiritually, I am open. Spiritually, I'm open. What are y'all saying? What are y'all fucking saying? No one's saying nothing. I'm waiting on the answer. Like,
Oh, I wasn't gonna well, I guess I did interrupt it, but I didn't want to vocally loudly interrupt it. I wanted to whisper and interrupt it.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about going to see Usher again.
We're going back
oh
to
yeah,
see
because
us
he got
on
November dates.
December.
November
and
December 3rd is
Yo,
the
I
last
seen
day.
December
that still
2nd is
counts.
the last
Yeah.
I
day.
seen somebody today
I
on
said
their
that
story
counts.
trying to get one of those dates, and I was confused. I was like, "Why is this so many?" It was like you're in line. You're number 2,000.
Yeah.
And I was
That's
like-
Oh, they went
how
on
the
sale
waiting
today?
rooms.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
No, that
wait.
was the pre-sale.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
The
wait.
regular sale goes out the 25th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, that was
I
pre-sale.
kind of want to go. I kind of want to
It's
go.
great.
You need to
Have
go.
to
We
go.
all went. All of us
We
went
went
together.
together.
Yeah, I
That's
kind of want to go. I'm
amazing.
going by myself. I'm not bringing a woman. I'll tell you that much.
Don't do that.
I've learned my lesson.
Oh, let's
do
talk about
that.
that.
No,
Let's
I
put a
just-
pin in that.
Yeah, we're all
I-
done.
No,
I'll
let's.
just-
are
I
we
said
all
spiritually,
done?
I'm open. That's it.
Hey, because
Okay.
listen, it's gonna be enough single women there already So it's like,
will they be?
No, so what's your reason for why you wouldn't bring your woman?
Why?
Huh? Yeah, what's your reason for why you wouldn't bring your woman?
It's really not because of the keys. It's really just because I know a lot of women go to see Usher.
Right, so you want to be able to interact with the other single women, is what you're saying. Okay, okay, appreciate
that. That's why I
would
go to a Chris Brown show. That's why I go to a Beyonce show.
Beyonce, where you find them.
Bitches in here.
Not only,
I
but
love
it's
that.
not bitches, but it's just like a certain.
Just the energy, the vibe.
It's a certain class of woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain class of women at certain concerts and a certain class of women at other concerts.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially at an Usher concert.
You know what I'm saying?
In Vegas. For a residency? You
might need a financial advisor. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing?
You right.
She's 37.
Are you a financial advisor as well?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I was about to say I might need to talk to you.
No.
I want to say, is that what they go to these concerts thinking? Because I'd probably disappoint.
No.
They're like, so what do you do? Not
no,
that.
it's not only about what you do. It's a certain caliber of your character.
Just like your
so it's like the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
Like Beyonce fans carry themselves differently than maybe
they're
like a Sexy
very
Red
wild.
fan. You know what I'm saying?
Beyonce fans are
you
very
went
wild.
from Beyonce to Sexy Red. I feel like there's so many steps in between that.
It is. But I was just showing you the extremes.
Yeah,
That's
so you're
all
not
I'm
gonna
saying.
go to the Sexy Red to pick up the type of woman that you're looking for, but you would go to a Beyonce concert.
Personally, in my mind,
however,
I think that Beyonce is universal, and so I think that all those fans are Beyonce fans.
Truly.
So I feel like they're also there. I feel like that's the same thing.
They in that 300 level.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's a differentiation.
I
because
don't.
Beyonce is Beyonce.
But what I'm gathering is that you would indeed go to a Sexy Red show for a certain type of woman.
Intentionally.
And I don't blame you.
Listen, you go for what you get.
If you wake up that morning and you're like, I want chaos and debauchery. I want to have a blast tonight.
Listen,
no questions asked.
Just gotta know what environment you gotta go to.
And then looks like there's a Sexy Red show tonight in my area.
I don't like the
in my area. No, but hey,
I don't like the voice with it.
You just know what comes
there's
with
a
that.
Sexy Red concert.
I know what comes.
Speaking of which,
you know,
not to make this right, but so we record in batches, right? So we're talking about this. They're not gonna hear it tomorrow. They're gonna hear it next week. But whatever.
Gotcha.
However, this week, a new video came out by the Sexy Red and the Sukihana.
I was very entertained by Sukihana.
It's called Hood Rats. Did you watch the video?
I did watch the video.
Okay, I did as well. I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Okay, great. Summer Walker is in the video.
Doing splits.
Popping her pussy.
Doing splits.
Which I think is cute.
Which we've never seen.
You know what I think is interesting about the era of just like life that we're in? Because it also makes me think about Keke Palmer being in the Usher video, right?
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Did y'all watch that full video?
I love that.
Fucking fantastic.
I thought that was the cutest.
God damn it. I was so jealous of her.
Yeah. Most supportive thing.
It was so
like,
good.
It was great.
It was
so
great. Good. And I just felt
Usher
like
was fine.
So fucking,
he was
he looked great.
I don't want to talk about that right now.
He got in that mirror. Even with my daughter looked at me because I was like, oh, shit. And my daughter was like, yeah. Like, she looked at me like,
that's what you like, right?
Like that? Like,
that nigga looked.
He looks great. Usher looks great.
Insane. But Keke Palmer, honestly, I really just want us to like, I think we do, especially our generation, give her the flowers that she deserves. Like we all, but like that girl is an icon. Yeah, she's an icon because she took a very real situation that her very lame baby father made, a situation that didn't need to be that way. She took that situation and has not addressed once, like online. She hasn't said like, my family, like nothing. She hasn't said anything in response. But what she did was link up with the culprit, Usher Raymond, and make something like
do a dance
and create
and just have fun.
Had a good time, and I just thought that it was so good, and I was really jealous of her. But anywho, I watched that video the same day that I watched Hood Rats by Sukihana and Sexy
We're gonna
Red.
Go back to that because
no,
he's deep in thought over there while you're talking and saying all these great positive things, and he's over there like.
I'm nervous.
I am. I'm nervous. It's all good. Go ahead,
okay,
continue.
so we're gonna definitely come back.
Well, let's find out more about our boy here.
Yeah, no, let's do that. Of course, we're gonna do that.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna do it through hot. We're gonna do it through hot topics. That's how you find
the best way.
That's how you find out somebody's real character.
Yeah.
Like, who are you for real?
Who are you for real? Where do you stand on this?
Absolutely.
So yeah, did you watch Hood Rats by Sexy Red and Sukihana?
So
You gotta catch up.
But he has thoughts.
One of my engineers
on Usher and Keith.
One of my engineers he gave me one of the best quotes of my lifetime is take everything in moderation, including moderation.
Yeah.
So I take everything in moderation. Because it's just an excess amount of anything isn't really good.
Yeah.
I am not really a fan of just the total debauchery
of
the entertainment industry in general.
Just
in general, especially coming from a dean aspect, and I was a dean of a high school. So it's like I like it minimized to a certain, because it's like really no balance no more.
No,
it's just like all debauchery. The thing about it, it can be balanced, but social media allows it more unbalanced than anything. So with the kids that you frequent my office and interact with, I just be like, y'all don't have no type of discernment.
Yeah.
Kids
and our
days.
timelines are the same. Like when I go through the stuff that they on their Instagram, I'm like, this is way crazier than mine.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I wish there was, because when I was younger, there was kind of the divide of like what 30-plus-year-olds do and what younger people do, and there's no divide whatsoever anymore.
Yes,
it doesn't exist. So I just wish that would exist, and because it doesn't exist, sometimes I'd be watching stuff like, then I'd be like, oh shit.
The children.
How I see too many things being reenacted without having a conscious behind what's
what
actually you're doing and the energy you're putting out there. So like I be finding myself, and as a man, I love looking at women all day. 100%. Love it. But I just feel like it's way too much. And it's like, I saw something on Facebook, and I'm rarely on Facebook, but like if I want my family to see something, but it was just like saying something, speaking of people like who wear and twerk and wear like thongs at like kids water parks, and I'm just like, it's a time and place for stuff. And it's like I keep saying it's like, but this is tequila. With social media and the internet, no matter what your thought process is, there's always going to be somebody you can find to back it, to make 100%. You feel like you're correct in whatever you're thinking. Yeah, that's true. And that's also another dangerous place that we've gotten to in this day and age. So when we speak on topics like Kiki, and it's not met with really like real adult conversation, because so many kids is also in the adult conversation. And it's like you'll be arguing with somebody on Instagram not knowing that like they 12.
They're 13,
They don't have their picture up or nothing. So it's like y'all not supposed to be in these conversations in the first place. Remember back in the day, it's like this is grown folks talking. Go back there. Business. And now they all in grown folks' business and intertwining with it. And it's like
I agree with that too. Man.
So have you ever reported someone on Twitter?
No.
Okay, so they send you a little thing, and you can see that person's like demographics, kind of. Somebody told me to kill myself. Yeah. And so I reported it because that's me.
Absolutely. It sounds like a young person.
I have manic depression. Don't talk to me like that. Yeah. So I reported them, and then when Twitter was like, "Hey, we take your report seriously," I looked at it. I was like, "Oh, this is a kid." Like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. It definitely is.
I was gonna say though, while we are in a room full of adults, let's have an adult conversation about Kiki. I'm getting curious.
Because he was definitely the whole time you were talking, he was definitely deep in thought. Like,
no, so it's not really finna go the direction that maybe a lot of people think. I believe just being involved in the entertainment industry, I feel like everything is scripted to a certain extent. If it's to reach the masses and everybody's talking about it, it's orchestrated. So I feel in some form or fashion that entire ordeal was orchestrated. I've been in rooms before where things are being orchestrated, and like I'm like, maybe I wasn't supposed to hear this, and just be like, I had a feeling this went like this, but now that I'm actually hearing around to see that this goes like this, I'm kind of skeptical about every single thing.
How does that make you feel in terms of Keke Palmer?
I don't feel any type of way.
Okay.
No type of way.
I just wanted to make sure we were
on
the right
when
side
things happen, scandals, I don't feel no type of way.
That's good.
I don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah.
I honestly don't.
Nor does it matter, really.
Yeah. It really has no
but
I just wanted to be known, though, that I honestly feel that I was sad when the Keke Palmer thing happened because
Me too.
My first mind didn't feel like it was like a stunt. No. I felt
especially because of everything that happened after.
Yeah, I felt like it was a bad day in their household. And instead of it staying in their household, he reacted because he was mad that day about something else. And I felt like
then it got way
the
worse.
Conversation became a battle of like, was she right? Was she wrong? Or do you understand him? When to me, I felt like that has nothing to do with anything. Right. To me, this is about we are partners, and you intentionally wanted the world to like dog me.
And I've been
like
there before.
You wanted the world to disrespect me.
I've said something that I shouldn't have said about a partner of mine at a time.
Online?
Yeah, online. And it's like, you welcome that energy.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you shouldn't want Keke Palmer we just said, she is an icon. Keke Palmer has been in the public eye her entire life. So you as my partner are supposed to be my safe space. And now when I come home, you can say whatever you want to me and tell me like I was wrong. Maybe she was wrong. Maybe she wasn't. Who knows what they've agreed upon in their relationship. But you intentionally let loose what we live in this day and age of people saying stuff like, kill yourself.
Literally.
You let loose all these people on me and like, you're stuck with me for life. Right. We have a baby.
For life.
Like, a fresh one.
For life.
Yeah, like why would you intentionally, like put that type of like energy onto like somebody's supposed to be your partner?
That's exactly why I really appreciate the way that she's handling it. And not only handling it, because I think another thing, and not to, I think sometimes like certain things start to sound like kind of lame and like, but honestly, like for a black woman to take a thing and capitalize off of it, I stand. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because I obviously like that was embarrassing for her. Like even if it started with the first comment, because in my mind, especially because she said the actual line in the video where she was like, after all, I am a mother. Like, in my mind, I was like, I could see that having been orchestrated. But I feel like we don't live in the day and age. Like, in the 90s, you can do a publicity stunt and, it's for the tabloids. And whatever's happening in our house where we're like, that Jay-Z or whatever, like, that's not anything that's really affecting the movement of what y'all were trying to create out of that publicity stunt. But now, even if for this reason, for this rollout of Usher's video, her nigga was like, that's a mother. She's a mother. She shouldn't be dressed like that. But then niggas on Twitter was like, didn't this nigga say vote Trump 2020? Nigga like, and then it's like, oh God, now it's just a slippery slope. Yeah. And it got out of hand. And I think that even if it was orchestrated in that circumstance with it getting like so blown up the way that it did, she easily could have been like, okay, wait, let me say my piece, let me say something. But she didn't. She literally, business as usual. The next day, she was like, okay, new podcast coming out tomorrow. Right.
And she didn't try to even push their relationship. She didn't try to push and show like, no, we had an argument, we're still together, we're still in love. Like, she didn't try to push any narrative.
Exactly.
No,
it was
I
appreciate that.
I do appreciate that. I appreciate her.
As a businesswoman.
Also, I got to say, from being an icon standpoint, from being a child star to an adult star, staying sane.
We don't see that a lot.
We don't.
That's real.
And be sane. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I just feel like, I don't know, I've been in way too many spaces.
Tell us about them.
Tell us about them.
It's not really anything you can really tell. That's like you should be telling. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, it's certain spaces that you go into. And again, I was in these spaces because I was privileged to be in them. I wasn't really supposed to be in them. But it was like side conversations would go on. And you'd be like, what the fuck are y'all saying right now? You know what I'm saying? So that part of me takes me to, I'm not going to take this situation too serious because X amount of things was born out of this situation. Right. So because X amount of things were born out of the situation, I think everybody was in on this.
You're looking at things with a new set of eyes.
Yeah,
absolutely. The same when McGee has experience working on the set of a reality TV show, and the stuff that he would come back and tell me, I'm
I know, heavily orchestrated.
I was
more
like,
than
oh
likely.
my goodness.
Absolutely.
And I used to get my nails done at a place that one of the people that were on that show owned or co-owned or whatever.
Yeah,
and I literally watched them I watched them sit, because it take a long time to get your nails done. Literally, I'm sitting there getting my nails done, and I see two people like kicking it, hanging out, and then the producer comes in and tells them like, okay, act like you just got here. Even something as small as that.
Right.
I'm like, they've been kicking it all day.
It's
They
a
had
difference.
lunch. I'm like, it's so weird.
It's very
true.
different
It's so
when you
strange.
actually see it.
Yes.
It is.
It
like
is.
like actual see it, you be like, oh wow.
Yes.
Like and to the extent it can go. You know, and then you be like, all right, cool. I think I just seen a video I saw previously, but I just saw it again where Rotimi was talking about how 50 was like, oh, they think we mad at each other. Let's play on this so we can. And he did it for something. 50 is great at that. He's a mastermind.
Oh, he's a troll. A
mastermind
troll.
of playing on it and
I really
executing.
can't stand
So it's
him.
like,
Yeah, it sucks.
I love 50. I'm a big 50
Yeah.
fan.
I cannot stand
I can't
him.
wait till the show comes. Fifth.
No.
I'm going
Love
to
his
see
show.
the show.
Brad 50 Cent?
I'm going to see
Love
the
the
show.
show.
Oh, what show? TV
No,
shows?
he's on tour right now.
Yeah,
He's
oh.
on tour, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yes.
like
I would probably have fun at that though.
Absolutely, you
'Cause his
would.
first
Busta
two
Rhymes
albums-
is
I can't
Jeremiah, Busta Rhymes, and
do
50
it,
Cent.
homie. It
His first two
can't
albums,
be done.
anytime I've ever been asked, like, give me a list of like your top 10 like hip hop albums or
Get Rich or
something.
Die Trying
Rich
is
or Die
on
Trying.
there.
Absolutely.
His first two albums are always in the
Massacre as
list
well.
for
Yes.
me.
That's
Like,
very
and I
interesting.
never liked him though.
You're
Like
right.
as a person.
No, as a
I've
human.
always
But
disliked him.
that just goes to show how
But-
great he is.
He's so
Yeah.
You
good.
really
He's
don't
a
like
really
person, but
good
you can't
artist.
deny like, yo, this person.
Look,
Yeah,
let's
so
not
I
get
was
into
happy
that.
when I started
Please.
not liking his music.
But that's how I feel about
so I was
Beyonce
like, yes,
too.
we can get rid of
Wait,
it.
how do you feel about
Huh?
Beyonce?
What do you mean?
I knew it was gonna be bad.
Yeah,
Yo,
like, wait.
No, what I'm saying
You
is
can
like.
possibly
Right.
mean anything that I meant.
No,
about
I'm a
50
fan
Cent
of
about
Beyonce, but
No.
what I'm saying is, even if you're not a fan of Beyonce,
Oh.
there's no
Okay.
way you
Look.
could deny
Yes, thank you.
People
That
never
makes
do
the
it,
sense.
though.
legend.
People
Darius
force
Rucker.
themselves to
People
do
do
it.
it.
No, people force
intentionally.
themselves to
They
try to
try.
be different, but it's like, come on now.
People force themselves.
Let's be
They
honest.
try it. They try
And I
it.
support all his
I've
TV
never been to a show. I
shows,
want to go to a
so-
show
Yeah,
though.
I've never
Wow.
seen any of their shows.
You never seen Power?
I've never been to a
I've never
Beyonce
watched
show.
it.
You never watched Power?
No.
I was
That's
dedicated.
not my genre though. It's not even about 50 Cent. Like that's just
Gotcha.
not my genre. I'm a very I like light. I like comedy,
Really?
cartoons.
Me too.
I
I'm
don't
like
like
that, too.
I feel
real life
you.
shit. Like we're living real life already. I don't.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Ain't no words. I get
I
it.
can take it in doses. I can't spend hours watching that stuff all day.
No, you can't. I can't either.
I mean, I'll totally watch. I mean,
You'll
I don't
totally watch
because
what?
life doesn't allow for me to just
Yeah,
binge.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they're an hour long show,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
life
yeah.
doesn't allow for me to just sit and binge watch something like BMF or Power all
Yeah.
day. But
That's
I totally
why.
would.
I don't. This super. I'm a big Country Wayne fan. I don't know if anybody know who Country Wayne is. He does a lot of skits on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of that. And when you said the hour, I'm like those little episodes be like 3 minutes and 40 seconds or 4 minutes, and it's like, all right, I can get through like 2
I
or 3
love
of these
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
really
is fun.
quickly.
That
You know
is
what I'm
fun.
saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially during this writer strike too. He been employing a lot of
Yes.
actors
Oh,
during
that's
this time.
awesome.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
That's
like
writer
that.
strike.
That's good
That's
to
a
know.
lot. That's a lot of people that's been. Like, he got some regulars on there that been in some big TV shows. A lot of Tyler Perry, former, you know what I'm saying, or that have been in Tyler Perry shows.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So-
thought the whole time he already owned BET and all that stuff.
And they just
And now they're
started now.
saying that
Social
like
media.
they took it off, like they're
Yeah.
not even selling it no more.
Yeah.
Too
So I
much.
was like,
So-
man,
social
We got too
yeah,
much
well,
access to
social
stuff.
media told me you owned it, like, and I believed it.
It's annoying. Well, let's pivot a little bit.
Yeah, let's
Right.
pivot, please.
So, for anybody who is not in the know, let's just start with just like your elevator pitch.
I am the boy Illinois, aka Illy, aka Illi D Williams.
My
real
favorite.
cool, real smooth. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't understand. If you don't understand, getting understood. I'm from South Shore.
Period.
Chicago, born and raised. Oh, I spent time in the burbs. Shout out to Dalton. Sibley.
Okay.
I'm Sibley and Stoney. I'm a mixed kid. Former dean, but now I'm like, I consider myself the dean of music
yeah.
There we
because
go.
I'm that guy. It was this guy Reggie No. Reggie No is kind of like the fashion icon before Kanye came and became that guy that everybody kind of like took stuff from. You know what I'm saying? He's like likes to probably. I feel like he likes to be to himself. But those who know like that's deep in fashion know who Reggie No is. I consider myself that type of person when it comes to music because I've had a lot of influence on people that haven't liked to say that I've influenced them. Some people privately have told me that I've influenced them. I've started a lot of stuff, and people have just taken a lot from me.
Yeah.
So I am a young legend in my own right. I've had Lupe call me that on stage before.
Yeah.
So get it from a person of that stature,
Yeah.
a legend himself, to say that I'm one of the ones that come under him to become that legendary status. I consider myself a Chicago legend, a low key Chicago legend that people just don't really know how much I've contributed to the scene since 2000. I'd probably say like the blog era. From the blog era on, because I was heavy on the internet. I used to battle people on the internet in 8th grade. We call them key styles, like freestyles. So we would be in. We would have battle forums. Shout out to my homie Lamont, who's also a co-owner of Icon Clothing. We went to school together, me and Chuck. So the owners of Icon, they're my guys. But me and Lamont used to be in computer class, not doing nothing we were supposed to be doing. But we would be battling people. So that I get my start from like rap battling.
Yeah.
But I was heavy on the internet for a long time. So during that blog era, that's when I first got my name. And I get my name from. So my whole entire, I really don't know my father's side of the family. So my mother's side of the family is 12. It's 12 of them. So I had 9 aunties, 2 uncles.
That. Oh wow.
I was raised by a lot of black women, and we lived the 2-flat 7750, South Saginaw. We lived in a 2-flat, and then my auntie had a apartment right behind that, and then an apartment right in front of it, because it was apartment. It was the 2-flat, and it was an apartment building, and it was a house behind the apartment building that you wouldn't even know was a house until you go through the gangway. So we all lived in that area. It was like our own little Walton compound. So me and my cousin was raised like brothers and sisters and things of that nature.
That's great.
But I got my start because when I was going to Mount Carmel High School at the time, that's when Bump J became like a prominent figure. Like he was getting on and was like, man, yo, somebody who we actually be seeing is really like getting to it. Smack DVD was big at this time. So I went into my nerd. I'm also a nerd as well. So I went into my whole research bag of figuring out, like, where's Bump J get his name from? It's Bumpy Johnson. It's an original gangster. Then there was a movie called Hoodlum that's loosely based on the original gangster Bumpy Johnson. And his cousin name was Illinois Gordon. So at first my name was Illinois Gordon because I was such a big Bump J fan.
Yeah.
And Illinois Gordon just don't sound smooth. You know what I'm saying? So one time I did a freestyle and I said the boy Illinois. And then from that's when I started calling myself the boy Illinois.
I love
and
that.
that's where that came from.
That's amazing.
Battling people in high school. I went to Mount Carmel High School and I transferred my junior year to Thornridge.
Oh wow.
So it's
Shout out to
Catholic
Thornridge.
school
I worked
right off
by
64th.
Yes. I
And
used
then
to
you go
live
to
across the street from
but it
Mount
was
Carmel.
so different from each other, even though
Yeah.
the environments, right? So you think you're in a suburb, but time. I also think there's needs to be a documentation on the second Great Migration. So the second Great
Talk about
Migration,
it.
in my opinion, is when all the people went from the city to the south suburbs.
Exactly. Wow.
And that became a whole explosion because when we
Created a
moved
whole
to the
nother
south
culture.
suburbs, then all the white people left really quickly.
Everybody.
Really quickly.
Yeah. Sure
like
did.
very fast. So Harvey, Dalton, South Holland, Riverdale, then all that became black really quick. And everybody was gone. So I feel like that's the second Great Migration, from the south to Chicago, to Chicago to the south suburbs.
Yeah.
And in high school at Mount Carmel and at Thornridge, they used to have the lunch monitors didn't really like me a lot because we would battle and we would cause a whole scene at one table, and they like, y'all can't battle no more because it's causing too much and we can't, y'all unruly, we can't get y'all under control. So that was my thing.
Yeah.
And one time I remember I was in River Oaks Mall.
Shout out to Road.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Oaks.
nigga Oaks is what they call it.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Sure.
Kanye, Don C, and all them, when Kanye first got signed, he went in Belvedere Blues, and they
Belvedere
lowered the
Blues,
gate,
baby.
but everybody was following him, and then everybody that whole little crowd just turned into a rap battle, and I ended up battling because it was a thing between.
Hell yeah.
If you from the south suburbs and you know it, familiar with it, Thornridge, Thornwood, and Thornton.
Yeah.
There's always problems between those Thorn schools. So
Literally where
I
work.
ended up, I ended up being like the only like Thornridge representative at that time, and I was battling like 4 people at one time.
Damn.
And I fucked them
Mark
all
them
up.
niggas.
Yeah.
Period.
Shout out to 4. I don't care what anybody got to say about you. That's,
Shout out to
So
Ford.
He is a homie
Yeah.
of this
No,
show.
no, no.
Friend,
That's-
friend of the pod.
no. So I grew up with 4.
Say friend
So
of
we
the
grew up
pod.
battling
He's
each
a friend
other.
of this show.
Oh, friend of the show. We love Ford.
He had his crew and I had my crew, and we was kind of like quote unquote the leaders of each of our crews, and we would battle. But we came
That's
up
so
together. So
cool.
I've known Ford since he's probably like 13, 14 years old.
I love that.
Yeah, so
that's
we
awesome.
Yeah, shout out. That's my bro.
Yeah.
So,
So
you
you've
Good
always
guy.
known, because the stories you're telling, so you said this started in like 8th grade, so you've always known that you wanted to do music.
Always.
Yeah.
You've always known.
Always. My
Okay.
first rap that I wrote was a Shaq commercial. It was like Shaq Attack. I wanna be big like that. I took and that's when VHS. I used to record stuff that I liked.
Yes.
So whenever I saw it, I would dub it on a blank tape, and I played that video over and over again. I wrote my own rap to it, and that was my first rap that I wrote.
I love that.
And how old were you?
I had to be like 9 or 10 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a big Penny Hardaway fan at the time, so like the Lawndale Magic was my thing. Like my parents couldn't afford a Penny Hardaway jersey, so I used to take my sister's white tank tops and like draw on them and make my own jerseys
So
as a kid.
She was like, if I'm missing one more tank top.
Right.
It'd be all right. It was pain, sold them in a pack for $3. It's okay.
I love that. So you have evolved a whole lot.
Absolutely.
Evolved so much so into some real grown shit that you even
Absolutely.
pitched to us to talk about. And that's,
Oh, yes.
that's the world of co-parenting.
Co-parenting, yes.
Please
Absolutely.
lead us in that conversation.
I think it's a conversation that needs to be had on more platforms because there's so many of us in that role to have to co-parent.
Yes.
I do feel for, especially the women that don't have the male there to provide the needed support. Because I've heard that a lot of times.
Yeah.
And vice versa when it does happen, because it does happen the other way around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But when you can get on one page and just understand and really put the children's needs ahead of yours, because that's one thing. I also, me and the mother of my child, we had a home birth.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so that was, and I caught my child. So it's a different type
How
of
did
feeling.
you guys come to that decision? Was that something?
We was already.
How were you a young parent? Like how?
No, this was I was 30.
Okay.
Yeah, when I became a parent.
So how did you guys come to the decision to even
We
think
already
of a home birth?
we was already on the same type of frequency and vibe
Okay.
prior to even anybody becoming pregnant. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So we was already knowing if that was the case,
That's
these
how
are
we
the
were
steps
gonna
that
do
we were
it.
going to take. And as soon as we found out,
I love
we were
that.
like, hey, all right, time to do our due diligence
Yeah.
for real. And we found a great doula who helped us.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we had a lot of great help. At the time when my daughter was born, her cousin was there and one of her friends, her line sisters, were there. And I needed them there because, I didn't know how much effort it took to fill this pool up
Yeah.
to give birth. Because
Yeah.
we had the
Oh, wow.
a tool to put on like my sink in the kitchen, but like it's a different type of sink, so it didn't apply.
Yeah.
So like we had 4 pots going on the stove because it has to be warm water too,
Yeah.
just to make her feel comfortable. So
Yeah.
we running. I'm in the master bathroom running water out the tub, and we got 4 pots on the stove, just constantly dumping. It took about 2 hours
Yeah.
to fill that up for her to get and submerge in there, and then.
And was she
maybe-
already contracting and stuff?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so she's
Yes.
okay. Got it.
So the contractions lasted probably. It started, I want to say, early in the day, around 11, and we contacted her like, "Yo, this is going on." She's like, "Oh, I'll be there later."
Yeah.
And my daughter was born at 2:08 a.m.
Wow.
On
So
8:20.
it just took a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
that's
was
amazing.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
that's
great. It was a,
Man, shout out to her because I
no, for sure, because
Shout out
and
to
the
her.
way she gave birth was very like, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it was my doula, her assistant, her cousin, her line sister, and me. And by that time, it's like 1:50, 1:45 something. Everybody's exhausted. So I went in the rocking chair. I knocked out.
Yeah.
She in a tub like this, and my doula must have heard her. My midwife, not my doula. My midwife heard her make a noise, and she came to me. She was like, "Come get your baby." And I was like, "Whoa, okay." And my first reaction was to take my phone out of my pocket, like not get my phone wet. Phone out of my pocket, hop straight in.
Oh,
she put you. You didn't even see her like make a move. She was like almost asleep, and the baby just popped out.
Oh wow,
that's great.
Yeah, she said she didn't even feel it.
Dang, these are the secrets.
Really cool. But we also months prior had been prepping,
so much
diet, drinking certain teas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We prepped.
So they don't talk about this stuff.
It's a lot of serious prep that we did from the moment that she found out she was like 2 months pregnant. It was like, all right, what you gonna do every day? The exercises that you do, the teas that she started making her own raspberry leaf tea during that time because there was no blood until the placenta came out.
Yeah.
So when the baby came out, she came out, I caught her. Her umbilical cord was still wrapped around her neck.
Wow.
She was like, my midwife was like, keep her down, untangle, and then bring her up. And I brought her up, put her on mom's chest, and we went from the tub to the bed.
Beautiful.
So it was a very, very,
beautiful.
very intimate.
That's beautiful.
So also that helps us with the co-parenting because we shared such a special moment, so we know what this child is to us.
Yeah.
So, and then also when my point was like when you have a child, it's like it's the selflessness that goes into. It's like it's not about me anymore. It's about this person that I'm creating to be a productive person in the same society that I'm going to be dwelling in. So I want to do a really great job.
Yeah.
And I want to work well with you because the things that she sees happen between us has an effect on her.
Matters so
Absolutely.
much.
Very much so.
Do you feel like you guys were always just like a great yin and yang, or do you feel like you guys had to build to that space?
No, we always were. It was certain romantic relationship things that would hit. But as far as friends and getting along, like we have no issues getting along and being in each other's company.
I love that.
That's
I think
fantastic.
that's an important distinction to make too, where people just don't realize that the things that romanticism brings into it that don't actually need to.
It doesn't.
They don't actually have to be that way.
Yeah,
like if we can continue, but it sounds like, of course, we're human beings, so of course you had your ebbs and flows, but you were able to stay grounded in the fact that that's your friend.
Let me tell you, the first couple months after the real official, it was hectic. It was hectic.
Yeah.
Were you guys still together at this?
See you next week for part 2 of this episode.